Good evening, welcome to Velocity Racing League Australian Touring Car Championship. We are back for season number 3, kicking it off the Adelaide Street Circuit this weekend. And here they are now. We're away in the Australian Touring Car Championship. Absolutely swamped on the run to turn 1. It's 4 wide down there. Fando's the first one to be turned around. Going at it is Meredith and Cicluna. Down the inside goes Cicluna on Meredith, and Cicluna's going to pick up the lead of the race. Did Visario jump the start? Is that what's going on? I think he has. Paddy Donnelly and Jack Meredith are swapping positions coming down the main straight. And Riley Smith isn't far behind. He's going for a big dive. He's gone way too far. Down the inside, he is off, and he doesn't look to be going anywhere. 3 abreast down into the hairpin. Down to Cicluna. He's won the first race of the Australian Touring Car Championship. As we begin race number 2, goes McKeagley on Spivey, and they've actually made contact. McKeagley spun round into the wall right there, and he's been turned into the wall by Kears. Mike Crick has had a moment. Hill has spun around. Oh, there's a spinning car in the background. There's cars flying everywhere. Cole Fando putting the fast lap of the race. 5th place at the moment. Watch these guys. This 4th place. Fando's going to slip past the car in the wall. That is Sargason, who came off the curb, I think. As Fando looks to make a 15th position here. The inside of Max Spivey into the podium places. Keel is looking on Spivey. Up the inside, and Spivey's into the wall. Fando has just found his way to 2nd position. Now Huntsden Samos, who's 9/10 of a second ahead of the field. Fando's taking just like that. There you go. Oh, big caution, turn 3. Is it Keel off? And Sargason as well. Oh, there's been contact with Samos. Big dive up here for Jack Meredith. Gives him another bump. And through he goes. Is he going to be sensible and try and back out of it? Of course not. Cicluna's going to go straight across. Chris Munro's also there in the BMW, putting up the inside of the VRL. As we watch this battle, and Munro has hit him. And that car's still there and dropping a number of positions. Cole Fando is your race winner. Hello, welcome to the second round of Velocity Racing League's Australian Touring Car Championship at Simmons Plains Raceway. We're away, running side by side. Could be a chance for a move as there. Chaos behind, but one car was sideways, and Joshua Hill, and he's gone to the back. While Donnelly and Russ runs side by side. Now up into 2nd place for Paddy Donnelly. This is the back straight. Big dive for Jack Meredith up the inside. Riley Smith's actually just stuck up his inside out of all of that. Oh, Dana McKeagley, he's had a bee off. And safety car's going to come out. The Dodge Monaco. What a gorgeous machine this is. Big dive for Riley Smith. A bit of a bump from Callister, who was running wide. Here's Dennis Cicluna, who's going to win another race. And across the line he comes. He is the winner of the first race. Jack Callister and Harry Keel running side by side, coming out of the last corner. Who's going to get it? It looks like it's going to be Keel just. And we're away. So Nick Mello's got a dream start. There's a car spinning in the middle. Oh my God, there's cars everywhere. Straight into a safety car situation at the start of this reverse grid race. So there's 3 cars off actually, so that is Josh Hill, Arasaka and Sargason. Cicluna's gone straight on, and he's ended up in the side of Mike Crick, who had his own accident. Jack Meredith is up and into the wall. Oh, cars all around. There's another safety car out. Race 4 of the Australian Touring Car Championship. Nick Mello hits the gas and he's away, and Jack Callister's already making a move on Ronald Williams. And they've made contact. Jack Meredith is around at the hairpin, and now Lambeth is in there. Nick Mello off the road. Race leader. He's dropped 6 positions, and Jack Callister now takes the lead of the race. Sargason and Rath are side by side once more in the 2 distance. As Jack Callister approaches the finish line, and he wins the race. Welcome to round 3 of the Australian Touring Car Championship. We're here at Sandown. Lights are coming on. Paddy Donnelly on the inside, and away in racing. There's 1 car off in the background. Oh, there's many cars off. Safety car out. Mike Crick and Lee Childs have had it coming together. Oh, Mike Crick's buried in the wall. Arasaka towards turn 6, side by side, bumping Lambeth looking around the outside up into turn 6. It's only 0.3 of a second between Keel and Donnelly. Josh Hill in the BMW tries to hang on to the back of Ryan Snooks, who runs wide. He gets down the inside. Holden versus Ford. It's not very often we get to say that in this series. Dennis Secluda, who's going for second place, looking down the inside of Harry Keel. But it'll be Paddy Donnelly who takes the win. His first race win this season. Meanwhile, in the back here, look at Jack Callister and Sam Sagason running to the line side by side. It's going to be Sagason who takes that one. And we're racing. Mike Crick goes straight away. He's got confidence in that Toyota. Oh, massive moment up and over the curve for Nick Mello. Massive amount of contact. There's cars absolutely everywhere. That's a sizable pile-up. Back to safety car. This is Crick and Childs run side by side for second place. So it's going to be 3 wide down into turn 6. There's a bit of carnage going on with Jack Callister, our reigning champion. Keel running out wide and running out even wider was Secluna. Now Bradley, Arasaka pulling up alongside 2 R31s. Isaac Norman is fully on the grass. The Ford Mustang is sliding all the way around. He manages to pick it up. Keel gets past Trenery and Secluna as well. This is championship implications. Brilliant championship final. Ryan Snooks is passed by Paddy Donnelly coming up. Big moment for Ryan Snooks and the Ford Mustang as well of Ronald Williams. A bit of action going on down at this particular corner. Second place, he goes for a big dive down at the first corner at the absolute limit. Paddy Donnelly is going to come through the last corner. He's going to take the victory. His second race on the trot. Round number 4 at Adelaide International Raceway. Away. Donnelly streaking away ahead. They're 3 wide. Because Fando's well out wide and into the dirt at turn number 1. 3 abreast with Jack Callister on the outside. Arasaka is jumping up positions. He's up into second. Oh, that's well off wide. That is Riley Smith as here's Mashiro Arasaka making a move on Paddy Donnelly. Oh, so close to touching. I think they might have just touched as well. Secluda's sliding and he's slidden off the track. Donnelly ran wide and Arasaka's gotten through. Kewan's going to take the advantage. It's 1.8 seconds, 2 seconds now. Arasaka's these 2 battle. And Spivey's going to look past, gets it done. And wheel to wheel for the lead of the race, almost bumping doors. And McEwen's going to switch back on him. McEwen's going to take the lead of the race on the inside. He's going to take the victory. 2 Supras fire up to the front of the grid. The Jaguar's going to fly in the middle of them all. There's cars around in the middle of the pack. Jack Meredith went straight across. Oh, leaping across the curb there was Mike Crick, and he's gone straight into the side of Paddy Donnelly. Big slide for the Ford Mustang, which allows Sagason to get up the inside. There's been contact between the Sagason and Williams. Oh, there's chaos up ahead. In the dirt, that's Molnar, and now Williams is around. Well, who's just made contact with Riley Smith through the first corner. It's extremely close. Alex McEwen looking up the inside as well. Cleaner's got the inside line. He's going to push Riley Smith. McEwen's got to get them both. 2 positions in 1, thank you very much. He's got a pass for the lead, so Keel might have made a mistake here. 12 Dracula getting very taily. McEwen's got the inside. He's going to get it done. Secluna's going to slide past as well, is he? At the wit's end when it comes to braking. And through the last corner, and it's Alex McEwen who takes the victory. Lights coming on. We're away at Surfers. There's a couple of cars well off wide. Donnelly and Secluda are right up near one another. Secluda's got in the head. Oh, they bumped into one another. Callister tried to look around the outside and couldn't quite make it stick as Lambeth slides up the inside of Max Spivey. Those tyres are starting to go. Lambeth looking down the inside and he's been turned, whereas Phil Ferg's going to try and run it all the way around the outside. It's a long corner this. There's a bit of biffing and barging. Now Callister wants a piece of Ferg's. Up the inside. Hill's there as well. Callister's going to pull away and look at the speed of the VRL compared to the ball. Jumps them all back up into 6th place. The distance between bumpers there is minuscule as Josh Hill goes up the inside. Race winner, Alex McEwen coming around the last corner. Okay then, here come the lights. We're away. Coming through the middle is Vince Mangian, but it's going to be Jack Meredith that leads them down towards the first corner. Car's off at turn 1. Well, it's a big dive on from Ronald Williams, and he's ended up just turning himself around. And look at this, as Donnelly slides past, up into fourth, battle on at the front as Wiley and Meredith battle for the time being while everyone else catches up on top of the course. Well out wide is Ben Wiley. Now Jack Meredith and Riley Smith are going to be duking it out. Here comes Riley up the inside. Donnelly's there as well. And Jack Meredith all out of shape, but he's well out wide. And Secluna's got them both. That was a brilliant move. There's a big crash in the midfield there with Jack Meredith and Josh Hill, and safety car's been called out. Chance for some cheap positions potentially. Secluna up the inside of Bello, runs it out wide on the exit. And Secluna forcing his way up the inside, and Alex McEwen trying to hold the door open. Just had enough overlap going into the corner. I'll tell you what, at the front, Samsung Asen's really caught up. Through the last corner, side by side onto the main straight now. Barely anything separates them. Sagason dives up the inside into second place for our championship leader, with Paddy Donnelly looking back. Sam Sagason will win a VRL race. Across the line, he takes race 10, and Secluna will just edge ahead of Alex McEwen. Welcome to Calder Park. Wayne Racing. Jack Callister's got himself in a bit of battling. Nick Bello on his outside. Riley Smith just ahead. McEwen in there as well, and so is Lee Childs, who's doing very well for himself in the RX-7. He's going for a big dive and taps him. Meredith slides past and straight into the lead of the race. And Secluna goes for a big dive up the inside and just runs it straight off the road. Meredith holds on to at least second position, goes for a dive, runs him right out to the edge of the road. Riley Smith is getting involved as well, and Paddy Donnelly's opened up a 2-second margin. Now, Meredith has just gone straight on at the first corner, down to 7th place. Shout out to Rick Satcher and the Rover in 9th place in a Rover. Meredith just pops his head up and looks around the outside of Callister. Now down into the first corner once more. There's a bump, slides out, goes up the inside. Is Secluna going to catch him? No, he's not. Paddy Donnelly wins race 11 of the championship. Lights out. We're away. Jack Meredith's out onto the grass on the inside. There's lots of cars around. Safety car conditions to start off this race. A little bit of contact, and Magin's been turned around. White Crook continues to hold the lead, not much longer. It doesn't look like Ben Wiley's right there. He's got a few more horses under the hood. Meredith slides past both Crick and Satcher, gets them both. Meredith to the outside of Wiley. Jack Meredith leads the race. Max Spivey sits in third. Paddy Donnelly comes in out of nowhere and completely smashes Ben Wiley into the wall. Now, that's not going to do his championship hopes any favours. As Trier and Wiley continue to battle, and Trier's been punted out. Wiley tries to come back on and finds Lee Childs in the RX-7. Crucially, Secluna and Smith over second place. Big battle heating up, runs out wide and lets Sargason through as well. Oh, out into the grass is Sargason. They're all rowing nose to tail here, and bumps and gets his way through. So the inside gives him a bump. Served up by Sargason there. Oh, they're all bumping into one another. Sargason off into the wall and hits the wall hard. So Cluna's through. He's up into second. Meanwhile, Jack Meredith across the line is the winner of race 12.
Good evening, welcome to the final round of the Australian Touring Car Championship here at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, at the Mecca of Australian motorsport. Daniel Secluna currently leads this qualifying session with 5.5 minutes to go. A quick word on that video you just saw. That's the series highlights up until the end of Calder Park, and we're going to show you the rest later on. As edited by the incredibly talented Mike Crick, so thanks very much, Tim. You'll see a full season highlights video uploaded shortly. But in the meantime, it's all about the championship battle between Daniel Secluna and Paddy Donnelly. Now, Secluna currently is on provisional pole and Donnelly 5th, 1.5 seconds behind. Secluna's got the advantage of 38 points coming into this round. And remember, it is a longer race tonight. It's 200 kilometres, single race. And as such, there are 200 points on offer. I will have to fix this thing. Let's go have a look at Alex McEwen. We've got about 3 minutes left in this session. 33 lap race ahead. Here's the Volvo. Polaroid car. It's got the a number of pictures on either side of the car with highlights from the series. As you can see there, which is very cool. The lap itself isn't too bad. He's a bit up on sector 2 and comes around the last corner. Remains second fastest, 17.073. So 0.6 of a second to Daniel Cicluna. Sam Sargerson, who's in the Skyline R31, he's in a battle with Alex McEwen for 5th place in the championship. Then there's another battle between Nick Mello and Jack Callister. Just quickly show you those championship standings coming into this round, and you can see they're very close between 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And Riley Smith in with a shout of 5th place as well. But there's a number of battles up and down the field, and everyone seems to have something on the line tonight. Going with Jack Meredith, who's the best placed VL Commodore in 3rd at the moment. Rolls his way down Forest Elbow. $35 seconds to go. Cicluna's still leading the way. It's very close to the top now. Sargerson got within 0.07 of a second on that last lap. We'll keep an eye on what Paddy Donnelly's doing. He's going a fair bit faster. How unstable the cars get even over the hump in Conrod Straight. Let alone the next couple of corners after it. Fastest in Australian motorsport. Down to the last corner for Paddy Donnelly. Checkered flag is out, so where will he start? 5th fastest at the moment. But there's still a few times to go. Sam Sargason's riding over the top. Could take pole position, although he's 3/10 down in the first sector, so maybe not with this lap. Yeah, Sargison's a fair bit slower. Scicluna is purple, so he's going faster yet again in his skyline. We'll watch Riley Smith as he comes up and over the crest. He's a bit slow over the top, evidently. Downshifting into the chase. And just one more corner to go. Lines it up, out of the last corner. He's gonna jump Fando, go into 6th position. Jack Meredith down the escape road. Sargison couldn't go any faster, clearly. And Scicluna could have a chance of extending his advantage here. Last corner, up and onto the curb. And it is a 16.611. So, your order is Scicluna, Sargason, McEwen, Donnelly, Smith, Fando, Spivey, Mello, Callister, Norman, Murdock, Fergs, Williams, Samos, then Betts, Mangan, Crick, Satria. Except not, because Jack Meredith already left. So, change that up a little bit. Anyway, that's the end of qualifying. We'll be back for the 33 lap race in just a few minutes. But until then, we'll bring you the rest of that video.
Good evening, welcome to Velocity Racing League Australia Touring Car Championship. We are back for season 9. Lakeside round 7 of Velocity Racing League Australian Touring Car Championship. McEwen on the right, and he gets the better jump over Sam Sargason. And Carl Fando's getting in there as well, but he's been tagged. They're all piling up. It's cut well off the road. It's Will Lambert. Into the tyre barrier and then back into the middle of the track. Move on up ahead, Scicluna on the inside, and he's rotated it. Oh, a little bit of a punt from behind Ronald Williams. Nick Mello is all out of control sideways. Sargason's wide, and McEwen will slide through quite simply. But Danny McKee is all out of control. It looked like he was going for a move on Ronald Williams. It's Jack Callister and Nash Murdock. Big slide for Jack Callister. Murdock up the inside, and he's going to get it. Alex McEwen wins the race. Wayne Racing. Will Lambert has rotated around. Ronald Williams, Hannock Spivey is off as well over the top of the hill. Ricky Butler is around. Josh Hill gets up the inside of Jack Meredith. They're still side by side as they come over the top of the hill. Carl Fando's waiting there. And he picks up the scraps coming around the outside. Callister goes for a big dive up the inside of Jack Meredith. They make contact and Callister is half turned around. And Fando's going to make the move down at the first corner. Gets it done. Meredith and Scicluna battling. Oh, he comes across and he's just gone off to the right-hand side as Phil Fergus is going to take advantage of it. Lee Childs is on the back of Paddy Donnelly. Whether it'll stretch on the entire race, we're not sure. In fact, it won't, because Lee Childs has just danced around the outside of Paddy Donnelly. Callister spent most of his night battling Toyotas, it seems, as Mulder and Murdock run side by side for 12th place. So Hill into 4th, Mello and Elias are now going to engage in battle. Carl Fando to the last corner, and he's going to take the victory. Round 8 race of Velocity Racing League's Australian Touring Car Championship at Oran Park. 100 VRL race starts for Refalo, as you can see there on the side of that car. As we get ready for a start. That's a jump start for Nash Murdock. Straight away he moves to the inside. In the meantime, it's Riley Smith pulling ahead of Carl Fando, and the Skyline swoops around the outside as well. And he's gone too far wide, out into the gravel. Dennis Acluna is out into the gravel. Back on the safety car conditions. Ready to restart his car off. Jack Callister's gone off. Donnelly's already gone past McEwen, and Nash Murdock's already making his way back through the field. 14th he sits at the moment. Mello's right up, rubbing bumpers with Carl Fando. Fando looks round the outside. Daniel Cicluna's up into 7th. Meanwhile, McEwen and Donnelly are fighting, and now Mello's going to drive it all the way around the outside, and he's got it. Up into 2nd, and now he's going to have a go at the lead. Mello's trying to force the issue. He gets down the inside, rubs doors. Fando's there as well, looking to the outside, and Alex McEwen is looking on Fando as well. Slight tap. Has he got it? I think Nick Mello might have finally gotten it. He has. Cicluna's off. Cicluna's gone out into the grass, and he is off the road. They're still going, and Donnelly's still got the inside line. Oh, he bumps into Alex McEwen, and McEwen is off. Sargason's passed. Meanwhile, Nick Mello has won the race. His 29th race win in VRL. Away. Crick got a very good start. And there's a bunch of cars off the road. No, Carl Fando gone straight into the wall just underneath the bridge. And it's Toyota 1-2 with Murdock now ahead of Crick. Ronald Williams is on the hunt as Donnelly is going to get 2 in 1 here. He's past Callister, who's looking past Betts. Donnelly looks up the inside, and he bumps Donnelly out of the way, which gives Riley Smith the advantage. Now here's the opportunity for Riley Smith down the main straight, and he's got it done through the first corner. Oh, Williams is out wide and spun off. We've seen a fair few drivers do that, with Mello now looking past Callister, and he's got it done. Oh, that's Sargason well out into the gravel. And Riley Smith is now past Mike Crick. Through. There goes the VL. Mello's through. Oh, Will Lambeth has gone straight on. Sargason's in the grass as well, so both of them battling hard. Williams and Betts have done the same. It's quite a graveyard, that first corner. 4.5 seconds from Nash Murdock to Riley Smith. That is a gap that has not decreased. Looks to the inside. Big lock-up. Callister's still holding on there. And McEwen is past. Callister off the road and straight into the barrier. Yes, Cluna looks to the outside of McEwen. And McEwen's dropped the place. But Nash Murdock, it's quite a couple, but it's his first in a long time.
Welcome to the starting grid at Mount Panorama. 3 minutes to go until the beginning of the final race, 33 laps. There is a mandatory pit stop for all cars at some point during the race. Compulsory pit stop, no compulsory tyre change, no compulsory fuel stop. You just gotta come in and stop, because these cars are not very even and we need to even it out ever so slightly. In terms of strategy, so starting on the front row there is Cicluna and Sargason. Then behind is Jack Meredith, and Alex McEwen's the car on the inside. Paddy Donnelly starts out of 5th, with Riley Smith to the outside. He's got a bit of protection there, has Donnelly, with his VL mates. But it is an all-Skyline R31 front row. As for whether those Skylines are as friendly with each other, I'm not quite sure. Let's see the standings. Let's take a better look at this. 38 points between Scicluna and Donnelly, as I mentioned before. There needs to be... if Paddy Donnelly wins the race, then he's got to hope that Scicluna finishes 4th or lower for him to have a chance of taking the championship. So there needs to be at least a 3-place gap. And of course that job gets harder as we go down the field. There needs to be more places between them if Donnelly wants to win the championship. Keep an eye out, as I said, for the Nick Mello-Jack Callister battle and the Sargison-McEwen battle. Riley Smith poking his nose in there. Will Lambeth is on the exact same points as Harry Keel, but Harry Keel's not here, so we can't hype that up. As we're getting ready for the start. It's been an intense championship battle. It's taken us from the Adelaide Street Circuit through some of Australia's classic tracks in Symmons Plains, Sandown, Adelaide International Raceway, the Surfers Paradise International Raceway, Calder Park, Oran Park, and Lakeside. And now it all ends here at Mount Manorama. Lights coming on. Away in racing in the championship decider, and he's off to an absolute flyer. Is Daniel Scicluna, leads by a couple of car lengths coming down into the first corner, and well, the next question is it going to be clean through there? Sargason and Meredith are pushing each other out of the first corner, and Scicluna was the loser out of that. He was out onto the grass. I thought he was going to fling back into the middle of the track. The one on your timing tower determines who has and hasn't taken their compulsory pit stop. But Scicluna leads it. Jack Meredith has got his way to second, and Paddy Donnelly has followed him through. Nick Mello was the one all out of shape there on the way into the cutting. As side by side run Max Spivey and Nash Murdock over 8th position. And Nash is going to take the position. That's the field making its way down towards Forest Elbow, and now Max Spivey and Nash Murdock continue to battle. And Spivey's got enough power to try and get past Jack Callister as well on the outside. And he gets it done. Is Callister going to have superiority under braking? He's not this time around. Although Spivey run it a little bit wide. And Callister's now back there. He's got the inside line for the final corner. He's over 7th position, and I think he's got the move done. In the foreground you can see Ronald Williams spinning around. He was in an incident with Nick Mello. And he will go down to 13th position. Still a long way to go. So plenty of chance to gain places up. Here's Riley Smith over the hill. And making his way towards the even bigger hill. Behind Paddy Donnelly, sitting 3rd. His championship rival Scicluna in the lead. But the VLs are travelling in a pack. and are going to try and close that gap. Splinter got off to an absolute flyer off the line. Just drove away from everyone. It's now become a 3-4-way battle for 7th place. Callister all out of shape. And he just bumped the wall, but they managed to get through there okay. Nash Murdock looking for a move, and he's going to make it down the inside. I don't think he's going to quite have the power advantage that the VK should. And away it goes, and here comes the other one of Nick Mello. Breezes past on Conrod Straight. It's only 0.5 of a second out the front. Cluner and Meredith have really closed up to one another. As here's Nick Mello, last corner. He had a peek at Jack Callister. Spivey starting to move away. Mello was in the side of Callister there through the first corner. Lost the car a bit. That was Isaac Norman that was losing the car a lot. It allowed Nash Murdock to get a better exit, but still Nick Mello will get past. Phil Fergs is the car in the background, the BMW. Mello got past Callister again on Conrod Straight, and Callister is following right through. See how close he finds himself into the last corner. Worth mentioning Jack Meredith has the fastest lap. Sits second. 0.7 of a second behind Secluna. Now Riley Smith's got a bit of a problem in the form of the Volvo of Alex McEwen. Sargison's making a move on Phil Fergs. Gets past. Nash Murdock's Super is behind them both. Cleaner was a whole second faster that lap on Jack Meredith, and the gap you can see is growing, and it's going to keep growing if Jack Meredith runs it wide into the dirt like he did at that first corner. It's bad news for Paddy Donnelly. Starting to get away is the Nissan. Sargison and Callister are in combat. Sargison just got out of the groove there through the second corner, and Callister slid his way through into 9th place. 2 seconds to Nick Mello, who's 4 seconds from Max Spivey. So the gap's starting to expand. Of course, hour and a half long race, you've got to try and hold your concentration for that long. Even that's difficult. Early days at the moment. And Alex McEwen getting closer and closer to Riley Smith. Max Spivey's made a mistake coming onto the Conrod straight and has lost 3 positions as a result of that. Alex Samos is on the side of the road. Can't say I know why. But it's something worth keeping an eye out for. Put it back, there he is there. As the leaders roll through. Longer race, it gives us a chance to go through the field a little bit and have a look at what's going on. Mike Creek, Ricky Satria, Janos Molnar, the battling for 16th place. Now, there's been an incident for Nash Murdock coming up through the cutting. He was in a battle with Phil Fergs, and I wonder if that has something to do with it. He'll drop to 15th. And actually, Alex McEwen. I know. I go back to have a look at cars further back of the field, and then it all kicks off up front. Alex McEwen, it was a lot closer there. Max Spivey is around, coming down through the cutting. The S's. And Ronald Williams, is he gonna? I thought he was gonna spin all the way around and block Nash Murdock's way as well. Those 3 battle for 12th. Spivey's got a move on Nash Murdock. He couldn't commit enough. Alex McEwen's getting past Riley Smith. Smith has got the inside. And McEwen is past. Not quite, because there's, of course, the VRL power advantage. And now he's past. No, here comes Riley Smith. Even giving me a little bump on the way through. And into fourth, McEwen's still got an overlap though. If you can outbrake him down to the second corner. Riley Smith is sliding his way all the way around the outside of the second corner. Made a little bit of contact at the end of it as well. They're side by side coming into the cutting. Extremely close to one another. But McEwen comes out on top. Now if he can hold this pace, he could have a go at Paddy Donnelly in a few laps. 5.5 seconds is the advantage out in front. At the moment, Daniel Scicluna leads the championship. The boys from Golgong who were trying to protect Paddy Donnelly and his chance at a championship. The VRL Commodores, all three of them. The plan's been somewhat interrupted by Alex McEwen here. Riley's not going to give it up. He goes for a move down the inside. Bumps him well out wide. And Carl Fando's there. And he gets past. So McEwen's lost 2 positions as a result of that. Wasn't quite onside that move, I would say. Over the top, your race order is Scicluna, Meredith, Donnelly, Smith, Fando, McEwen, Sagerson, and then Mello, Callister, Fergs, Betts, Spivey, Murdock, Norman, Williams, followed by Crick, Molnar, Satria, Mangan, and Summers. Paddy Donnelly is caught up to Jack Meredith, and there's the battle behind. Expect Riley Smith to pull away slightly here. And both of them pull away from the Volvo. Oh, Riley Smith well off the road. And he was out into the grass, overshot the chase. And around goes Fando and McEwen. The safety car is going to come out. Is that a result of that in the last corner? It may well be. So Riley Smith and Fando and McEwen were all caught up in that incident at the last corner. Smith's going to come out on top. Fando and McEwen are 5th and 6th now. Now, there's going to be some action in the pit lane. Nick Mello's the first to bite. You can see the headlights of the safety car coming through. Anyone else going to come in? It's fairly early, but some might want to get that compulsory stop out of the way. As away goes Nick Mello once more. No one else is going to come in. Well, Cleaner's going to lead the race, but his lead is going to diminish. Paddy Donnelly rolls into the pits. Early stop. He's going to lose a fair bit of track position, you'd imagine. But I think it's the first time he's been around. Yeah, it will have been. First time he's been around since the safety car came out. And there's a bunch more. McEwen, Fando, Sargerson are all in as well. Away goes Donnelly. Now we saw Nick Mello do a compulsory pit stop, but his name hasn't gone green, which makes me slightly concerned. Let's see what happens with these two. Spivey, away goes McEwen. Interesting. Safety car's on its way in. Okay. Jack Meredith is riding so close to Cicluna's bumper. Up and over the crest of Conrod Straight. We're getting ready for a restart. A third of a way into this race. This line of angry cars, ready to get racing again. Back and racing once more. Cicluna leads them. Across the line, Meredith, Smith, Callister, Fergs, Betts, Donnelly, Murdock, Norman and Mello are your top 10. And Donnelly is already making moves. He's passed Betts on the inside at the first corner. And Jack Meredith is challenging Daniel Cicluna for the lead of the race. Moves to the outside. Cicluna has the inside line. And Meredith's going to come right across him to defend. Now Cicluna fighting back on the run to the cutting. Outside of the corner. Moves to the inside. Can't make it work. Jack Meredith leads from Cicluna, Smith, Callister and Donnelly in 5th place. Sandwiched between those two VRL Commodores is the Skyline. He's out into the grass trying to find his way around the very wide VL. Oh, he's all out of shape. He's all out of shape, is Jack Meredith. And Riley Smith goes to the lead. Callister bumps Cicluna. Cicluna looking back down the inside over what's now 3rd position. I have no idea why Nash Murdock is coming up as top of the leaderboard. It's fixing itself up now. But Riley Smith leads from Jack Meredith. Paddy Donnelly's ahead of Cicluna in all of that madness. And Cicluna trying desperately to look around the outside. He almost lost the car coming into the chase. But Paddy Donnelly having completed his compulsory pit stop as well, remember. Now sits 3rd. Cicluna's still got the advantage in terms of the championship. And Donnelly slips past Jack Meredith. Now, if Donnelly gets past Riley Smith, which may well happen, then he's going to be into a championship winning position. Unless Cicluna can battle on with Jack Meredith round the outside, bumping and barging right out into the grey is Cicluna. And he won't take the position. Paddy Donnelly will up into the lead. He now leads the championship. It's an incredible turn of events. And Cicluna's out into the wall and hard. And he's stopped. He's trying to get going again. He's managed to get it going, but he's down in 13th place. 14th. With Ronald Williams looking past. Is there damage to that car? I'm trying to figure out what happened. That's Incredible, and I'm trying to figure out what's happened. Meanwhile, up at the front, it's Paddy Donnelly leading for Riley Smith, Jack Meredith, Jack Callister. And then Betts Cicluna's been... he's backwards. So disaster. And he's straight back into the pit lane. That is race over for Daniel Cicluna, which means that Paddy Donnelly, all he needs to do is finish... give me a moment. '17th or better. 17th or better, Paddy Donnelly needs to finish, and then he'll have the championship. Cicluna's wheel died. There you go. Well, an unfortunate end. Now, because it is a technical issue, he is able to rejoin. She's now back into the server, hoping that issue is remedied. Meanwhile, there's a big angry pack of cars with Alex McEwen right in the middle. Nash Murdock has been tapped by him and out into the wall, facing the wrong way at Griffin's Bend. Keep an eye further up front. Cicluna is back in the race, but he needs to get up to third position as long as Paddy Donnelly continues to lead. He needs to get up into third position to win the championship. Jack Meredith and Riley Smith are battling very hard. We're nearing the halfway point of this race. We'd expect some pit stops to be happening. Fighting going on in the mid-pack. This pack led by Max Spivey, Alex McEwen, Jack Callister, Phil Fergs, Ronald Williams, Carl Fando. You notice a lot of little damage symbols coming up on my live timing from about here. Fando moves to the right. There's a little peek at the Ford Mustang, but no chance of getting past there. Meanwhile, there's a fair bit of pace underneath that Golf liveried car. He is looking up, down and around Jack Callister for 9th place. Adam Betts is doing very well for himself in 5th place, but could be on for a battle with Nick Mello very shortly. Sargison has gotten past Jack Meredith over the top of the mountain at McPhillamy Park as well, so he's up into 3rd. But his R31 counterpart, Daniel Cicluna, is in 19th. after a wheel issue. Just running around, qualifying laps. Might get lucky with the safety car. We'll need at least 2. Go back a little bit further. Here's Calfando giving a bump to Jack Callister out of the last corner. He's chasing down Ronald Williams. And behind him is Phil Fergs. Mid-pack running that BMW. Familiar face on the back of this pack. And Mr. Cleaner trying to unlap himself. As, well actually Phil Fergs has lagged a little bit behind, which is far from ideal. Now you are allowed to unlap yourself, of course, but need to be significantly quicker, as Fando's finally gotten past Callister down the straight. So up into the top 10 now for Calfando once again. There was an interesting point in that safety car period where he was caught speeding into the pit lane, had to serve a drive-through penalty, but obviously had to serve it under the safety car, because otherwise he would have been booted out by the game. So Max Spivey around the outside of Betts, who is still holding on to a top 10 place at the moment. This car starts to file past. Sargison was right on the outside there of Riley Smith. This is over second place. Paddy Donnelly's streaked out ahead, 4.7 seconds, very similar to Cicluna's first stint. And all the way around the outside goes Sam Sargison. Is he going to get the move done? He is all the way around the outside at the top of the mountain for second place. And just defends over Skyline as well. That is an excellent move. Oh, into the pits. Okay, so Riley Smith is on his way in. And there's a couple more. So Betts and Fergs as well. We're at the halfway point, and that is why some people are just splitting the race down the middle. Riley Smith is there for a while. Pit lane for more than 30 seconds now. And away. So we'll come out in 12th place. And Fergs will be not far behind. Near the Betts. Might be an issue with this timing tower. I can't understand it. He's definitely changed tyres, so that wouldn't be the problem. Fuel drop? No. Anyway. Satcher and the Rover is 14th. Rover watch. 6 places up at the moment. You watch Jack Callister stalking Ronald Williams once more. It's closed up for third place. Jack Meredith, Nick Mello, Alex McEwen, lap 19 of 33. Oh, he's gone for a big dive at the cutting, and that's not going to work. Not in a million years. Jack Meredith is around. Half spun. And it's been passed by Max Spivey as well. So, down to 6th place. Dennis Ciclino's there. He's a 2 laps behind, I believe. Over the top of the hill. But McEwen and Mello will now battle for third. Oh, Mello's gone straight on. And I thought he was going to give up the position, he wasn't. McEwen locked up the tyres and almost went straight on into the barrier. But it's now 7.2 seconds to Sargerson, who's starting to run away with it a bit. Paddy Donnelly is running away with it more. Max Spivey is around, coming into Forest Elbow. Carl Fando's involved in that, so is Jack Meredith and Ronald Williams as well. The safety car will be out as a result of that, coming up and into Forest Elbow. Cars blockading the road. And once more, we're back to safety car conditions. Lap 19 of 33. Now, this is more crucial. Paddy Donnelly is going to try and fit some fresh tyres on. Sargerson's got enough of a gap on McEwen to take that championship place. It is worth mentioning. as he now leads the race, with McEwen now right up behind. Paddy Donnelly into the pits, Nick Mello as well, Jack Meredith, Jack Callister, Max Spivey. Rolling down the pit lane. Out comes Donnelly. We've got a better look here. There's Mello. Cicluna's also in. Look at that, they're all streaming into the pits. Some of the back markers as well. Molnus, Citrea are the two cars that are there at the moment. And as for the front of the field, Sargason from McEwen, Williams, Donnelly, Smith, Mello, Meredith, Betts, Fergs, Callister, Spivey, Fando, Murdock, Moller and Citrea in the pits. And then it's Norman, Mangan, Crick and Cicluna. Away goes Daniel Cicluna. Lapped car. Unlapping. Oh, I thought Vince Mangan lost it on the safety car there. I think he might have for a moment. Sits 19th at the moment. If you're just joining us, he's our championship contender, along with Paddy Donnelly. He had a wheel issue just after the first safety car restart. Flung him into the outside wall here. And he tried to crawl his way over to the top and couldn't get that far. Ended up being forced to leave and rejoin, so he was a lap down, and now we'll be able to leg it and see how far he can catch up. Safety car Q is at the cutting, so he may make it all the way. Oh, maybe, no, he won't make it all the way by the end. He'll get closer, a lot closer, and he'll certainly be back into this championship battle. He needs to get up to... Well, now that Paddy Donald is 4th, I think it's about 7th or so that he needs to get to take this championship. Your order right now is Sargison and McEwen, Williams, Donnelly, Smith, Mello, Meredith, Betts, Fergs, Callister, Fando, Spivey, Murdock, Norman, Satria, Mangan, Crick, Molnar, and as mentioned, Cicluna. Safety car's coming in this lap and it'll flick its lights out shortly. Nicholas Gregg will drive away. Sound of those ATCC cars. This is probably the last time you'll see the Group A cars used in a competitive sense of Velocity Racing League for a while. So enjoy this last 13 laps. 12 laps when Sargison crosses the line to restart the race. Cicluna hasn't made it to the back. Where is he? He is coming up and over the top, so a lot closer. We'll see if he can catch up enough to start making some positions. Could misfortune strike Paddy Donnelly? It's not out of the question either. Racing once more, lap 21 coming on to 22 of 33. 12 to go. Sargison from McEwen, Williams, Donnelly, Smith and Mello, and Donnelly is wasting no time at all. He gets up the inside of Ronald Williams, fights him all the way through the first corner and up Mountain Straight. Gets past. Williams was going in to tuck behind Donnelly, but Riley Smith just had his nose there, so he couldn't come across all the way or risk being turned into the wall on the left hand side. Williams went deep, very deep into the second corner, and has lost the position as a result of it, into 5th. Jack Meredith has passed Williams as well, and now it's Nick Mello is pressuring him, and so is Betts. Move coming on, maybe? No, not quite. I think there might have been a chance now. McEwen. These two are in a straight fight. $887 points to 883 in favour of Sargison coming into this one, and Donnelly's going to slide past and make it a bit trickier. Looking around the outside, you can hear the tyres locking up. And now Riley Smith is going to find his way past He's going to go even further, up to second. He wants a crack at Sargison for the lead of the race. Jack Meredith as well as the latest to pass the Volvo. Riley Smith is very close. Right on the bumper. A little bit of an opposite lock coming into Forest Elbow. Gives it a slight look. He just needed a good exit. And the power will take him to the lead of the race. Riley Smith. He now leads at Mount Panorama. So Gason, he can't hold the overlap into the chase. Donnelly's right there, got to be careful not to run into each other. Here's the move for Donnelly. Didn't quite get there. And he's managed to find a space on the left-hand side to run past, up into second. And look at Jack Meredith, he's on the inside as well, 3 abreast going into the second corner. And he will muscle his way past into the podium positions. The VLs lock out the podium as it stands. Meredith on the outside of Donnelly. And he's into the wall. But still managing to hold it there. Essentially bounced off the wall. And he's got it. Sargison's now looking on Donnelly. Slightly weakened he is. And those 2 safety cars have really helped the VLs. The main concern out of those cars was tyre wear coming into this race. But allowing for 2 cheap pit stops has really helped their cause. Max Spivey is around. Just trying to get going again at Forest Elbow, and he does so. Sutcher is in 11th, just behind, with Norman there as well. I feel we haven't seen enough of. And he's looking on the Rover, to the outside. Now, if Ronald Williams and Alex McEwen really dropped off, They now sit behind Cicluna. And Mangin's there. It's a battle for 16th. No, Vince, this is for position. You're up against Cicluna, McEwen and Williams. As Cicluna's trying to charge his way back. Late stages of this race now, and looks like Paddy Donnelly is going to have the championship in grasp. He sits there third behind Jack Meredith and Riley Smith. Vince Mangin is around, and that is down through the dipper. So 18th for him. Ronald Williams is just 2.2 seconds behind, so still a battle on there. Here's Nick Mello under pressure from Carl Fando, 2 VK Commodores. Paddy Donnelly's really closed in on Jack Meredith here, about 0.3 of a second between them through the first corner on lap 27 of 33. Not long to go now, and Paddy Donnelly may find himself with a star next to his name as the third Australian Touring Car Champion. After Nick Mello in the first season and Jack Callister in the second. alongside Chris Viss, who was the Group C Series champion. Now, Fando has come through and passed Nick Mello for 5th place at Griffin's Bend. He seemed to be a little bit unsettled over that bump towards Reed Park. Norman Sutria Molnar for 11th place. So Sargason's going to take pretty convincingly. He will take 5th place in the championship. Nick Mello currently leads Jack Callister, so he'll take 3rd place in the championship. And of course Paddy Donnelly is on track to win. Out of shape was Molnar, and he is away on the inside of Sutria, and he's going to get the position 12th place. Now he's probably going to find himself past McKee. And up to 20th in the championship. Right, so we're on for the .05 TAC car. He was out of shape slightly. Managed to gather it up. Now chasing down Isaac Norman. Lots of new names in this championship series that we've gotten to know. This is one of them. And we hope some of them stick around for a long time yet. Into our other series, such as the S5000 State of Origin series, which is kicking off in about 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks? 3 weeks' time. Sunday the 20th of March. You will be able to register for that series in the next couple of days. It's state against state. Cicluna is continuing to work his way back. He's up into 13th. It's going to be a little bit late, I'm afraid, on lap 29 of 33. Riley Smith continues to lead. Meredith made a point to me earlier. He said he hadn't led a lap, but he did win the race at Calder Park, which Jack Meredith was stripped of for causing the, frankly, ridiculous pile-up at the start of the second race. And they tried going 8 wide or something. But yeah, won that race. Hasn't led a lap all series until today. Riley Smith. He's been leading a significant portion of the last part of this race. It's an undie name, Adam Betts. Oh, Max Spivey was out of shape, coming down through the S's, and Betts is going to take advantage of it. They run side by side on the run to Forest Elbow. Got to be careful not to glance the walls, because it'll fire you into the other car and you'll both be in big trouble. Spivey holds ninth for now. And there's not long left to go. Now Betts is gaining. He was a slipstream. Might have got him a better exit as well. And he's still holding there with Spivey in the Volvo. Which isn't quite as powerful. So just 4 to go now. Riley Smith from Jack Meredith, Paddy Donnelly, Sam Sargerson, Carl Fando, Nick Mello, Jack Kellis, Nash Murdock, Max Spivey, and then Adam Betts, Isaac Norman, and then this man, Alex McEwen, who's just ever so slightly ahead of Daniel Cicluna for 12th place. And over the crest, it swaps positions. Cicluna's got the inside line, and that'll be enough for him. Into 12th now, after a mid-race wheel disconnect. And Paddy Donnelly's in the driver's seat to take this championship. How unfortunate. It was pretty much a flawless season from Cicluna. Couldn't quite build enough of a margin over Paddy Donnelly to account for one of these little problems though, which can strike at any time. Straight across there was Norman. Naughty Norman. Sometimes you can lose the car coming over Skyline, and then it's just safer to take the escape route than risk finding yourself in a wall. There's our race leader, Riley Smith. Meredith's behind. Donnelly, the championship leader. Projected champion. In 3rd place. And for the 3rd last time they make their way across the top of the mountain. Cicluna's past Norman, no, not quite, on the outside. Equal machinery here. Whether there's equal rubber, I'm not sure. And Betts is looking at Spivey as well, we've got to keep an eye on that too. Now Norman just tapped the wall slightly, and it's given Cicluna enough of an advantage to get through, except he's clouded the wall. Up under the tree, they both did, and I thought Cicluna was going to end up on 2 wheels. Perhaps even rolling over. Alex McEwen had to take a bit of evasive action there. Now he's in the battle. So Cicluna 11th. Paddy Donnelly and Jack Meredith battling side by side down the main straight for second position, rubbing doors. We want to be careful about that. If there's a mistake from Paddy Donnelly that's critical, then, well, Daniel Scicluna is not exactly out of it. He sits 11th. Betts has gotten past Spivey in 9th as well, should be mentioned. So, good drive from Volvo Ian. So Meredith holds second position, although he's gone straight on. He hasn't found himself in a wall. Slides down the dipper. With only 1.5 laps to go, Fando could strike at Sargason. He's within a second. Betts and Spivey's now gotten past Betts again, under a second. And Ferg's on Norman. He's now trying to look around the outside. He's going to get it done. Oh, he found himself in the wall a little bit too wide. It's a very difficult move to pull off. We saw Sargason do it brilliantly earlier. Unfortunately, no podium for Sargason unless he can pull something out of the bag on this last lap. 1 to go in the championship, 1 to go for the Group A cars at VRL. And 1 more for Riley Smith, who looks to be on to win this race, and Paddy Donnelly, who looks to be on to win the championship as a whole. Let you enjoy the sound of these cars as they roll through. Oh, Meredith's upside down at the top of the mountain on the final lap. And he's found himself upside down. Now, Paddy Donnelly's in the wars because he's been involved in an incident up there. Sargason has gotten past and he's up into second. So Riley Smith from Sargason, Donnelly remains third. And Fando now fourth. Cluna's going to jump up another position into 10th. Unfortunately, it's still not going to be enough. It will make it a lot closer, that's for sure. That is bizarre. There was a rumour going around about the VL potentially being able to get up onto 2 wheels around there. And you could roll it, so it could well be what has happened there with Jack Meredith, having a bit of fun on the final lap. Down to the last corner for Riley Smith. And he will cross the line to take his second win of the series at Bathurst. And now here comes Paddy Donnelly. He's going to be the champion. Runs to the line with Carl Fando. And he doesn't get third place. It's going to make it even closer, isn't it? But Carl Fando managed to get past. Into third, then it's Nick Mallow, Jack Callister, Nash, Murdock, Max Spivey, Adam Betts, Daniel Cicluna, Alex McEwen, and then Mulder, Norman, Fergs. Now, I'll tell you what, it's not over because Fergs is still battling with Norman as they come round through the last corner. And Norman's going to hold the position. Well, so ends that championship. And, well, pending any stewards' investigations, penalties. Provisionally speaking, I don't think it should be an issue. Just verify this. Yeah, so 66 points is the gap in the end between the finishing positions of Donnelly and Cicluna, which leaves them with a gap of 28 points at the end. Paddy Donnelly ahead of Cicluna. Riley Smith will be pleased because he's won the race. And, well, unfortunate circumstances for sure for Daniel Cicluna, but regardless, Paddy Donnelly is going to be the champion. Mallow is going to prevail in his championship fight with Callister, and same as Sargison over McEwen, as we mentioned earlier. Now, Riley Smith did take the win, but I believe he'll be able to... He should finish 6th. Behind them, Calfando should finish 8th. And Will Lambeth isn't here tonight. So, yeah, well. There's your final order. Smith, Sargison, Fando, Donnelly, Mello, Callister, Murdock, Spivey, Betts, Cicluna, and McEwen, Mulder, Norman, Fergs, Satria, Williams, Meredith, Crick, and Manvin. Okay. Riley Smith tears up the Bathurst pit lane. It was announced at the start of the season. Right, as the cloud of smoke rises into the air, there's So, as I mentioned, Riley Smith has won the championship. Won the championship? He's won the race. He's not won the championship. Paddy Donnelly's won the championship. So I'm trying to talk with other people at the same time. There's quite a few people I want to thank with regards to this series. Obviously, all the drivers. We had a record number of registrations. A frankly ridiculous number that we couldn't get a hold of. It's like 65, I think. And we managed to get a good grid every single week, which I'm really happy with. And hopefully our series should be able to maintain good numbers all the way through, because that provides good racing for the audience. So, Nicholas Gregg has been the race director, of course, safety car driver all throughout this series, so big thanks to him. Jack Meredith, of course, my other admin, as well, all the work he's done. A big shout out's got to go to Mike Crick, who's basically painted half the field and done things like that video that we saw earlier. All the thumbnails, Nicholas Gregg created the thumbnail template, but all the photos are from Mike Crick. And all the drivers who've painted their own liveries as well. We've got to mention those. It's brilliant to see some of the creativity come out, and I'm really looking forward to things like Formula One, where it's going to go to the next level, I'm sure. All the people who've been giving help in the chats week in, week out, and little setup tips and help to other drivers. Nicholas Gregg for all the stewarding as well that he's done, the calculation of the points. And he's done a lot to help this series too, so I think I should recognise that. Thanks very much to you for watching. I can see the concurrent viewers going down because I've been yapping on too long, but we appreciate your company as well. And we're on a little bit of a break here, but after 3 weeks we will be back with S5000 State of Origin, which should be a lot of fun. Alright, thanks very much, and we will see you for the next series in a few weeks' time.